Okay, so someone make sure you can tell me you can hear me now. I didn't die. Come on, Tyler. There's no suitcases near me. Can you hear me? Come on, guys. Hello. Do I need AirPods? Someone tell me you can hear me. Okay, Sonny, you can hear me. Okay, my girl Waffles. Tyler, she died? Come on now. Okay, so look, if you've watched my last video, I don't really do the live thing because I also want to interact. But as a person who's watching later, I don't care to interact. Okay, so I'm going to chit chat for a minute. Oh my goodness. Sarah. Oh my goodness. Do you believe that Judge Kranick already had, so I am looking at the chat now, already had her sentence determined, or do you believe her statement is what made her sentence? And I believe the latter. The fact that he took no recess, he just took his glasses off, he said, and Miss Boone, I sentence you to life, and the clerk will give you your days. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I'm going to only cover the first page and a half of this because I tried to do it earlier and I'm too dumb. I need a new computer. P.S. Santa. Okay, ready? So she's now writing this. This is December 6th, 4 days after she was sentenced to life. You know, there was not a chance in hell she thought she would ever be sentenced to life. I've seen a body language person say that they think Owens, her attorney, looked at her and said 20 years. Okay. Well, that would mean mitigating factors were there, and I don't believe there were any mitigating factors. Hey, let me get through this, and then let's all chit-chat. Okay, but her very first letter to Judge Kranick was, "Your Honorable Judge Kranick." Now it's Mr. Michael Kranick. I guarantee he has lost sleep in these past few nights since... Okay, Steph Marks, I want to chit-chat in a minute. But you know, Kranick's just losing sleep, saying, oh my goodness, I can't believe that this woman is now referred. Okay. I am enclosing, please, my complete statement to you and the world as I partially read during my sentencing hearing. I'm speechless. I'm shocked. So Owens, think about the parts that Owens took out, which will be in here, but will not be in here tonight. This is a true nut job. Okay. And she writes like a 13-year-old girl. By my reserving particular parts of my very true and meaningful statement, I was hoping to have been graced with your forgiveness, understanding, and consideration in any level or degree. For me, unfortunately, and regardless of whom I had speak on my behalf or the number of, your ignorant mind was already made up. So she underlined ignorant mind. Okay, Sunny is saying she can't hear me. Everyone else is telling me they can't hear me. Let me make sure this is up. The people who testified for Sarah were, I think, 3 women who spent, well, one woman spent 3 months with Sarah, and she was really happy because Sarah showed her how to do the laundry. The other one was 3 years, and the other one 3.5 years or something. Okay, well, you make friends when you're in a situation like that. But in Sarah's sentencing, which at some point I hope to cover directly, but I'm too dumb right now, she said, George kept her from her friends. Okay, well, where were those friends during your sentencing, Sarah? The only people you had testify for you were inmates, former inmates, and then this poor woman I'm not really sure. Okay, Tyler, that's exactly what I was talking about. I'm pretty sure it's a woman. Sarah's offering her a kidney? Hello? It literally took me 4 seconds of research to find out that an inmate is not able to donate a kidney. But my father went through that. My father, biological father, his little guy met my mom's little girl, and I was not eligible. It does, even if you're genetic, it doesn't really matter. Okay, my goodness. Let me get through this. Like I said, I only have about another 1 full page. The first 2 times I did this today, it took me 16 and 21 minutes. 2 VOGT. You miss her so much it's painful? You mean you miss Sarah? I miss her too. Worry not. She's going nowhere, anywhere fast. She's going to the place starts with an L. Lotus, or it does have air conditioning. So, okay. Remember, this means she's underlined. You see my turkey neck a little bit there. By your clear error and full-blown unfair bias against me, since your involvement in my crucible case as a whole, I've been unsuccessful in receiving anything from you as a supposed fair and neutral judge, except for your wish that I spend the rest of my life in prison. Okay, I have to tell you, it took me a moment to read that because she already said all that. And so I was like, should I read this sentence or this paragraph sentence? The woman is not nearly as smart as she thinks she is. Tyler, as for Brian, he completely enabled her. 100%. If she says, Brian, you have to pay my electric bill and my water bill because our son cannot come over here unless I have electricity and water. If I were Brian, I would have said, I 100% agree with you. He cannot come over there until this is done. So let me know when you get those bills paid. I mean, goodness. See, I need water. I may have to pick this up and go get water. Actually, I'm going to. Oh, look at that. Sarah is on our feed right now. Writing, God, I hope so. Sorry, just let me get my water. It's right here. Oh, look, there's my Christmas tree. Can you see it right there? It's standing up right now so that the puppy will get used to it. The puppy is, damn, a puppy. I'll never have a puppy again. I'm 54. I'll never do the whole puppy thing again. Okay. Remember, this means she's emphasizing her statement. Please know and always remember, Mr. Kranick, I forgive you. Still and sincerely. Oh my goodness. Her grammar just horrendous. Please understand also the judge, according to Cicero. So she plagiarized the thing about the Japanese lamps with the gold. Now she's going to Cicero. Okay, ready? Quote. Hang on a second, Tyler. Cicero is never to lose sight that he is simply a man and that he cannot exceed the power given to him by his commission, that not only power, but public confidence has been given to him, that he ought always very seriously to attend not to his wishes, but to the requisitions of law, of justice, and religion. And that's Cicero. Okay, well, Sarah, sorry, bitch. That judge had the power to do what he did to you. He sentenced you to life in prison. Okay, let me go back and just read this. I've had almost enough of her. So this is Tyler who is speaking, and Tyler once lived next or in the same complex as Sarah. Did you know every time Sarah writes a letter, she always has to include her son, It's funny how she always said that she couldn't get up to go to work in the morning. What job? Okay, well, that was something. She was explaining in her interrogation, the one where she thought she was only going to pick up her phone, yet she showed up with a list of questions. So if you're only going to pick up your phone, then why do you have all these questions? But she said, oh yeah, we drink on the weekends, when there's nothing to do. Sunday night isn't a weekend. I used to have a real job before I was a mailman. And being a mailman is a real job, but it's a great job. But I was an analyst at Merrill Lynch. I worked at 18th and K. I got up every morning. I rode a bus and a train to work. Sunday night was not a party night. But then she said, I have things to do. I have to go pick up Lucas. I have things to do. And she literally does that. Oh my goodness, now I have static electricity. So let me read this because I'm done with this stupid letter. I need to get the teenager from up the street to help me with my computer. But, you know what Tyler's talking about, it's funny that she doesn't have any actual medical records. So the one black eye I felt like really looked fake. Okay, so I don't know if you guys know, but I was in an abusive marriage, and I was in it for almost 18 years, a long, long, long time. I had a black guy once where he got me right here, and it was 6 weeks before I really could leave the house. But Sarah talked, even in her sentence, about when he hurt my eye so badly, he broke my little bone. And it wasn't the way she said intentional. So my former husband, it's actually on this side, did break my orbital bone. And so I don't have any sensation right about here in my lip. It's not any big deal whatsoever. So if I get a little mustache growth right there, I can whip it right out and I have no feeling. But it's the orbital bone. And in her statement, she said the bone. Here's something else. Sarah was running through all the things that George had done to her. He stabbed her. He smacked her. He hit her. He did this. He did that. He AR'd her. He did this. He did that. Okay, well, I have to admit, I have never been AR'd. But if a man did that to me, that would be the very first thing on my list. And it wouldn't be mixed all in with the smacking and hitting and punching. If he AR'd you, that's SA. That's completely different. We are not dealing with a normal woman, but gratefully, she's going to leave the world in a box. So Sarah is on our feed right now, and she's saying that she's a straight A student. She's been outstanding at everything, but it was not intentional. Oh my goodness, I agree. That forced her into sodomy. I don't know that I'm allowed to say that on YouTube, but what? That wouldn't have just been in my little collaborate of all the things he had done to me. Okay, kids, we're at about 14 minutes. Let's try to shut this down. Speak to me again. I really, really will try. I'm going to try to use my man's computer tomorrow and post a real video. Speak. Anything else? It's been wonderful to have all of you guys here. Tyler, it's nice to have you here. And I have a list of questions for you. If you'd like to do it live, you would have to teach me how to get both of us on screen. But I'm happy to write and send it back. Oh, Sarah, I know you're not strawberry. I mean, I know you're not Sarah Boone, for real. Hey, before we hang up, which we need to, all these people in jail have access to tablets. What is their internet access? Does anyone know? Curious? Hi, Lee Preston. Lee, we're getting ready to shut down. But I'm hoping that I shut this down and then it posts and then people who were not here are able to watch it. Oh, Tyler, I think her lover was well, I'll say it because you guys, if you watch me, you know how I feel. Obesity is the #1 preventable cause of death. I think her lover was the chubby girl who had no sleeves on. She was wearing a black sweater sort of thing with no sleeves. And I also found it interesting that Owens had a jacket. And I thought, her girlfriend walked in there with no sleeves, but she had that extra padding. So my mother brainwashed me. When I was a kid, she would say, "You really gonna eat that? You're gonna have buffalo butt or thunder thighs." And my mother was a baker. So, we had cake everywhere. Okay, kids, I am going to shut this down. I promise I'm going to try to do another one tomorrow, but one that's not like this. Thank you all for being here. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. But when we hang up, make sure you all hit like, because it really, really helps like. She's going to have a happy life as a high-value prison lawyer. Oh, my goodness, Sarah, that's so funny. There's a prison guy I watch who spent years in prison, and that was his job. He was the attorney. And yes, she absolutely will. I think she's going to have a hard time to fit into the families because in the women's world, there's a mother, a grandmother, and the children. And I think she's going to struggle to be a child for a little bit. Okay, we need to hang up. Waffles, God bless you. And remember, I ate Mrs. Butterworth's tonight. And yes, it had the real Mrs. Butterworth, the little pretty black lady on it. Hey, I'll do my dance. Young man. Da, 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 da. Okay, God bless you all. Thank you for watching. Now I have to just figure out how to stop this. Oh, I figured it out. Good night. Go kiss your family. God bless America.